The new moon on Thursday, May 25th, 2017, is at 4 degrees Gemini. With no major planetary aspects to this new moon, the backdrop of fixed stars and their constellations is our main source of interpretation. In general, a new moon represents the end of one cycle and the beginning of a new 28-day lunar cycle, whereas this is an excellent time for making a fresh start, turning over a new leaf, or starting any new project. Whereas all possibilities are on the table as you put yourself at the center of plans for the future. The influence of this new moon lasts for 4 weeks up to the next new moon on June 23rd, 2017. However, the most advantageous period for commencing such new manifestations is during the first 2 weeks of its cycle. This new moon is in the sign of Gemini, but is overlapped by the constellation of Taurus. This precise overlapping section is where the Hyades fixed star cluster is located. Dating back to around 15,000 BC, this cluster of stars is commonly referred to as the rainy stars, which indicates tears and sorrows from misfortune and tragedy. The Hyades star cluster is a group of 6 stars, and it is said that they give tears, sudden events, violence, fierceness, poisoning, and contradictions of fortune. This can also bring negative thinking and also a tendency toward depression. Hyades is also linked to a staggering increase in sexual urge, self-preservation and greed, a dissolute life, excessive and licentious ways. Also a yearn for prestige, leading to power politics, insomuch as power and strength must not be used to exploit other human beings. A liking for higher education is hampered by misfortune. This list of misfortune includes sickness, disgrace, poor sight and eye injuries, head injuries, murder, and violent death. Despite not making any major planetary aspects, there are, however, two minor aspects to this new moon, one being Sun conjunct Moon, which provides us with an invigorating burst of energy and initiative in commencing any new manifestations as aforementioned earlier. Another minor aspect includes Venus square Pluto, which is the strongest minor aspect. This would trigger irritating and annoying situations regarding your love life or finances that can cause you to act. These situations or events can have a profound effect on your love life. Power and control issues may arise in existing relationships. Simmering tensions may come to the surface as some manipulative behaviors such as jealousy or possessiveness. At the root of such behaviors would be a deeply buried fear or insecurities about not being loved or valued. Threats and ultimatums are possible if either partner feels smothered or controlled. Any unhealthy relationships may break down, which would be painful or dramatic. Well-based relationships will withstand the intensity, but there would still be some kind of transformation to improve such relationship dynamics. Having said this, it may seem as though our future is bleak. While not disregarding such notions, being aware of these planetary influences and aspects provide us with the upper hand in recognizing, all the while preventing, such emotional triggers and mishaps from consciously coming to fruition. Now, following this jovial and auspicious introduction, is your spread for the May 2017 new moon in Gemini. Hey Taurus, what's up? How's it going? Let me just take this time to thank you, as well as for everyone else, for supporting the channel and liking and sharing and subscribing. It really means a lot, as well as to me, but most importantly, it means a lot to, everyone as well that belongs to the channel, because don't forget, it's our channel. It's growing, and the readings are resonating with people and with their situations, so it's pretty good. And it's really good when, or it's really nice to hear when general readings resonate. It's pretty cool. So here's gonna be your little spread for the new moon in Gemini. Should be a crazy one. Hopefully not, but we'll see. But yeah, I have my little special still going on, the XoXo Special. I'll leave a link in the description box pertaining to how to book and pay for the reading and things of this nature. I'm going to take advantage of the special. It's still around till June, so yeah, let me take advantage of that. It's pretty good. I'd have a couple people that already took advantage of it, and they say it's really good. It works. It's helped them out. They really responded to it, and it resonated really, really, really well with them. But yeah, I'm just going to get one more shuffle, and then we'll go ahead and get started. Okay. These cards are quite large. Okay. Guardian angels of love and light, ancestors lost and known in the seas of time, please intercede into this reading to provide Taurus with the clarity and direction as to which he or she seeks. And please grant me, the reader, the objectivity to relay the messages as they are meant to be. Okay. So, Taurus, what's going on? Let's see, it's going to be a little 6-card spread. Okay. The Queen of Discs here. So, oh, all right. Flew out there. The Sun in reverse here. So, Taurus, you can kind of see that maybe you're trying to create that environment, you know, of stability, of a proper foundation, you know, not just create the environment, but to also uphold it. You know, and the Queen of Discs or the Queen of Pentacles also speaks of, you know, being down to earth and being motherly, but also just creating that, you know, environment where things can grow in terms of your home life, in terms of, you know, the tangibles or tangibilities of life. Okay. The Chariot. All right, Taurus. Well, what's up with the Sun in reverse here? Why do you feel like your vitality's down? The Three of Wands in reverse. You know, if you're creating this environment, Taurus, you know, for stability and everything to grow from it, you know, that's a good thing. I don't see why, you know, your vitality would be down. I mean, given that the Chariot's next to it, so you are moving forward. The Page of Cups in reverse. But are you moving forward with this lack of vigor, though, Taurus? Last card is the Emperor. Okay. All right, Taurus. So, like I was saying, yeah, you're moving forward, you know? So I can see that, you know, whatever plans that you're manifesting, they do have, you know, a trajectory and they are moving forward, you know, which is pretty good. But Taurus, I'm not sure why you feel like, you know, your stability or your vitality, more or less, I should say, is down though. I'm starting to kind of pick up maybe, Taurus, that this newfound stability that you're trying to manifest or that you are manifesting, it's maybe somewhat, or since it is a general reading, it's maybe somewhat out of your usual norm. And it's kind of, you know, it's kind of shaking you up a little bit. But I feel like it's a good thing, though. I really do. But I feel like you're kind of second guessing it a little bit. And you maybe feel like you're overextending yourself a little bit. Which is okay, though, Taurus. I feel like it's appropriate. I mean, with any change or with any, you know, stability that we would like to implement, or for any environment that we want to uphold and keep, it's going to cause us to, shift our morals and our ethics, and maybe it's going to cause us to have to change and transform. I mean, because we can't uphold something new if we remain constant and we remain the same. It's not conducive to, upholding that environment. And with the Three of Wands here in reverse, you can speak of maybe having lack of preparation or lack of foresight. And since it's next to the Page of Cups in reverse here as well, the Page of Cups, when it's in reverse, it kind of speaks of, not having that synchronicity, or not maybe having that emotional creativity, and not initiating those emotions, or those emotions that are necessary so that you can create new things, so that new things can come about. But I feel, Taurus, that this is going to be a good thing, because it is at the end of your reading. You do have the Emperor here, the father of protected stability. So you're trying to protect the stability, and that's why you're trying to uphold it, and you're trying to maybe manifest it in different ways, because maybe you're coming to the conclusion that it's not really working out the way that you initially, or your usual way, I should say, of going about things. But I feel like, Taurus, we're kind of back to that same idea of the approach of the emotions. We have to make sure that we initiate the proper emotions, and that it comes from an organic place. Because if our emotions aren't, coming from that organic place, or from that place of, honesty, that place of, you know, conviction, then how are we ever going to have that, creative start? Or how are we ever going to have that preparation, and also how we're going to have that foresight in terms of knowing what to do next, knowing when to stop, knowing when to continue, knowing when to halt, knowing when to, you know, when to implement those certain things that we need to implement in order for this change to transpire and to actually be of use to us. But it's not only for us, though, it's also for the people that we are involved with. And I feel like we're almost there, Taurus, with the emotions, and we're almost there with maybe being more sensitive. And I feel like this is kind of a recurring theme of a lot of your readings. It's the emotions are just kind of, a lot of them are put on the back burner. And a lot of them are just not really being acknowledged. But I feel like you are starting to acknowledge it. I mean, given that it is the Page of Cups, even though it is in reverse, it can speak of maybe someone who's a little manipulative with emotions, or maybe uses emotions maybe to their own benefit, or maybe they manipulate other people a little bit in terms of their reactions, and therefore kind of things get steered in your direction, or in a favorable direction. But I kind of feel, Taurus, that we're getting there. The fact that I see the Page of Cups means that we're trying to initiate it, and hey, that's all we can do is try. And when we try, and when we actually put that, that foot forward, is when the creativity will start. And when, the preparation then begins. And when the foresight then begins, like the Three of Wands speaks of. And all of this is going to be an adjustment, and it is, and it has been an adjustment for you. But I see you moving forward with it, with the Chariot right here. And it is, working out in your favor. And it is showing you that change is good. We necessarily don't always have to stay constant or be constant in order to uphold maybe our convictions or to uphold those things that we so wholeheartedly believe in, or the things that have continued to work. But remember, change is always going to be constant. And it's, you know, yeah, I'm sorry, got a little mixed up there. Change will always, be constant. And there's nothing that we can do but just adapt. And I feel like, Taurus, it's coming to that point where you are learning to adapt and you're learning to see things from an objective, point of view. But I feel like the emotions need to be implemented just a little bit more, because then you're going to see that, that much more objectively, or with that much more, objectivity within your perception. Because then you're going to then be more sensitive in terms of picking up other people's vibes and picking up other people's emotions and the way that they speak to you or the way that they come off at a certain moment, hearing, maybe when their vocals kind of drop or when they kind of rise up a little bit, and not missing those social cues. That's where I'm going with it. Because those social cues are extremely important. But, when we're so focused on moving forward and we're so focused on, manifesting our plans and our, you know, manifesting the things that we need and that we feel like we want, which is great, but we miss those social cues, and then we also miss those opportunities, like the foresight. We miss those opportunities to us that can really help us and that can maybe further aid us in our journey, and that can further, help us gain understanding, like the Hierophant, that you are. But I feel like this is all a good thing, because I'm glad to see, the Chariot here along with the Emperor. So it shows that this stability is moving forward, which is a good thing. But, with the Sun in reverse here and also with the Page of Cups in reverse here, it goes to show that the emotions are needing, it's the last element that's left, Taurus, that you need to, grasp and that you need to acknowledge. Then I feel everything would just follow suit, and everything will then be just that much more successful for you, and it'll be that much more easier. It'll just flow a lot easier, and you'll be able to create that environment that you want to create, that you want to uphold, and that you want to influence on other people. Stability, because I really do feel stability is here. It's really prevalent within your reading here. I mean, the Queen of Discs alone is just creating that environment and upholding it. The Chariot is moving forward with it, and also the Emperor. It's the Father protected stability. So I feel like it's there. The emotion is just the last bit, the last missing, puzzle piece to it, Taurus. So I feel like this new moon may shed some light on that, and it may cause you to be a little bit more emotional than normal, which is okay. It's all a learning process. Okay, Taurus, I feel like that's pretty good. I think that's all I'm picking up from the reading here for you. Remember, it's a general reading. Go ahead and book a private reading if you like anything or more information, I should say, maybe a little bit more further into your specific situation. But yeah, I think that's it, Taurus. Hope you enjoyed your spread for the Gemini new moon. Virgo, what's up? How is it going? Let me just take this little bit of time while I shuffle to thank you as well as everyone else for all of the likes, shares, and subscribes, and the mentions, and the commenting, and everything of the sort. Our channel's growing, It's pretty good. I really appreciate it, and it's wonderful, when our channel grows, because then that means that we're presented with new opportunities, things change, where change is constant, even though we hate that, Virgos, but hey, change is good, right? And it's all about the change, especially with everything going on up in the sky. But yeah, let me just thank you guys for everything, and it's it's really great. And, you know, most importantly, it's for you guys as well, because this channel is for you. And, you know, that's why I created it, was, you know, given that, you know, it's appropriate in terms of that it's going to work for you. And it's going to be that, you know, that safe haven that you can come to, and that, you know, will be a place where you can come to just be like, okay, I need to gain some understanding. I need to know what's going on. But, and also, I just wanted to remind you that I have that little special going on, the XoXo Special until June. So that's pretty good. What's going on? Take advantage of that. I'll leave a little link in the description to my website pertaining to how to book the reading and things of this nature. So here's this last shuffle, and we'll go ahead and start it here. Okay, here we go. Okay. Guardian angels of love and light, ancestors lost and known in the seas of time, please intercede into this reading to provide Virgo with the clarity and direction as to which he or she seeks. And please grant me, the reader, the objectivity to read the cards and relay the messages as they are meant to be. Okay, just going to be a little 6-card spread here for the new moon in Gemini. Okay, let's see. So Virgo, what's going on? Still feel like you're melting a little bit. Queen of Wands. It's funny. Melting. Fire energy. Fire, right? Okay. So, you're all about that creativity right now, aren't you, Virgo? You are just wanting to move forward. You want to create that environment where it's just creative passion and creativity is just flowing. And you just don't want to stop. You wanted to keep going, and I hear you on that one. You know, it's been a quite crazy few months for us. But we're on to it. Oh, I think I saw what I saw. Yeah, okay, good. Well, sort of. The world in reverse. Okay, Virgo, so these creative ideas and endeavors that we're on, right? They seem to be good. They seem to be reaping, you know, maybe monetarily. Just new things popping up, right? But why is the world in reverse here for us? Why is the world here? I'm starting to kind of pick up a little bit. The Hangman. That some of these things that we are creating, or this creativity, this spark of it, right? Are we being questioned of the motives behind them? Now, I'm not implying that there are any, you know, secrets or deception or anything going on, but I feel a strong need to say, or kind of picking up on that motive. Now, motive doesn't necessarily have to be a bad thing, because you can have, you know, motives for good, of course. But I feel like for the majority, it is, you know. Well, you know, the world in reverse here, kind of saying that, you know, I don't know if we have our back in terms of spirit, or in terms of, you know, the universe. Because it's saying that we really don't have that completion yet, you know? Which makes sense why we would have the Queen of Wands, you know, instead of the King of Wands, and that means that we mastered it, you know? The Empress. I always say Empress, I don't know why, but the Empress. But we're asked to, you know, Virgo, we're really asked to go into a moment of contemplation. We're asked to really think about things. And I feel like the universe is asking us to really take a look at what's going on. There also could be maybe if we may need to slow down, because Wands is fire energy and it's all about moving forward. It's all about touch and go. Let's go, let's go, let's go, which is great, because Virgos love that. But maybe I feel like we're moving a little bit too fast, maybe, But I feel like we're at the right speed. But I feel like the universe and the world's asking us, hey, slow down a little bit. Don't forget to be that Virgo. Don't forget to be that person who, enjoys a little stagnation every now and then, given that it's appropriate and given that it's needed, Because I feel like, once Virgos kind of get their head around something or they have that goal that they're trying to achieve, it's work, 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 work until we get there and we check that off, right? But what do we miss along the way when we're so focused on that? Do we forget to just slow down and maybe notice some of the people that are there? Or what are we missing that's crucial to our next step, or that's crucial to this creativity that we're trying to manifest? Oh, Virgo, nothing wants to pop up. It's weird. Because I feel like we're being asked, okay, we have the 10 of discs in reverse. I feel like we're being asked to, slow down. See what we're doing and how we're manifesting things and what we're sacrificing for, Because, we have the Empress, right above the Queen of Wands here. The mother of creativity in itself. And then also the mother, Queen of Wands. So I feel like whatever it is that we are, or you are, I should say, creating, it's great. And it's really wonderful. It's nice. It's getting back on, your stride and kind of just death in reverse here. Okay. This took a little bit of a turn. Let's see. Let's look at it all. So, back to what I was saying about the creativity. I feel like it's great, It's something that we need to do. It's something that was needed because, we don't like the stagnation too much. We always like to stay busy, But I feel like we're asked to just take a little bit of a break every now and then and not rush into things so fast. Because let's remember, we are an earth sign. We're not a fire sign. You may have fire in your chart. These cards do not want to act right today. You may have fire in your chart. Cool. But you need to maintain that healthy balance, And I feel like, or what I'm picking up, is that we need to be careful because these things that we're missing along the way, towards our goal of creativity or implementing it, and it's causing us to it's adversely affecting the situation at hand. And there may be some bumps in the road where we may not feel like we have all of the stability or all of the work that we put into whatever it is that we're trying to do, that we actually reap all of the benefits from it, and that we feel like it was a job well done, that we feel like, okay, you know what? Hey, I did the best I could, and look what it has brought me. Nothing but, things coming to fruition and things coming to pass that are positive, and everything is working out exactly how I thought. or exactly how I envision, which is great. But the 10 of discs here in reverse, it's sticking out like a sore thumb to me, and it's just kind of, and I mean, and the fact that it's next to death, in reverse as well, that can speak of maybe not wanting to shift or to transform some of our ideals in terms of how we want to go about this creativity. I think that's where I'm going with it. And I also feel like we need to take other people's thoughts and opinions into consideration as well. And I feel like that's the thing that we're missing. Okay, I feel like it's all tying in now. That's the thing that we're missing. We're missing the, having those moments of slowing down and then listening to other people and saying, that's a good point. I would have never thought that. Okay, and then apply that to our situation. Because I mean, more than likely, we usually, Virgos have that sense where, we usually have it together and we're usually pretty good about, once we plan things out, it's usually works out very nicely, and it's usually, one of the proper ways of going about, achieving that circumstance or, that situation at hand, right? But I feel like there's a little bit of stubbornness that's going on. And because we're creating, or that stubbornness, I should say, is there, it's going to affect the end result of what it is that we're creating. And it's going to then come out in the end, and we're going to say, damn it. Why did I do that again? Why must I do that? Here we go again. Not learning from the mistakes, kind of, going over, ruminating over those, ideas or those, convictions within your thoughts and within your head. And it's going to cause you to have the shoulda, coulda, wouldas, and it's going to, cause the, well, I could have done better, or I could have done this, I could have done that better, which is always great to go over and to, reevaluate things. But when we do that, we stay stuck in that little, in that little box that we put ourselves in. And that's when the rebirth doesn't really happen. The transformation then maybe is either prolonged or it really doesn't happen. I really just feel like it's a transformation in terms of taking other people's thoughts and opinions into consideration. And it's going to take moments of, maybe stagnation where all of a sudden the creativity and the drive kind of just stops. And it comes to a point where it's like, and it halts, comes to like a crazy halt. And then we're going to say, which is then going to lead us into, okay, well, what am I creating? How am I going about it? And then maybe you may start to sort of doubt yourself in terms of, oh, yeah, I missed that, or oh, I missed this. And then it's going to throw you off, and then probably throw you off kilter a little bit. And then that's when, we should have then listened to what the universe was presenting us with in terms of those people that were there to, guide us and to be like, hey, check it out, Virgo, try it like this. Check it out. I did it like this, but then, sometimes we're so worried about it and we're about our own things sometimes, and we're just like, yeah, cool. Okay, cool. But going back to, I want to say, your other spread, I think for May, I believe it was about acknowledging the feelings, and it also has to do with acknowledging the feelings of other people, because that's when we take the time to acknowledge their feelings, and also we then in turn acknowledge their opinion, which is, I believe, what this new moon is asking of you, to just take that time, Virgo, acknowledge it, because hey, Virgo, I mean, you can never know too much, right? There's never a stop or an abrupt, impeding force in terms of learning. We all know that very well. Shoot, we can never know too much, and we can never know too little. It's just a journey. So you need to slow down and see what you're creating and what you're sacrificing to create it. And I feel like the sacrifice that they're kind of asking of you is taking that time to just take other people's things or other people's perspectives. I cannot speak today. Other people's perspectives into consideration, because it's only going to help you. It's also going to help you avoid mishaps. And also help you move forward in terms of the creativity. And then just spark more creativity and just keep moving forward again and again. Yeah, so I feel like that's kind of what it is. Let's watch out for this death in reverse here. The death in reverse can, kind of also speak of not really acknowledging the truth or not really wanting change and wanting to just kind of stay in a certain mindset or in a certain trajectory. Okay, let's not do that. We need to gain other perspectives and we need to, hear other people out. It's only for our benefit. And I feel like that's why the world is in reverse here. There's a lot of major arcana here. It's crazy. You have 1, 2, 3, and 4. 1, 2, 2 in reverse and 2 upright. And the 2 upright, the Emperor, the Empress, and also the Hangman, one has to do with starting, and one has to do with stopping. And then the 2 in reverse, the World and Death, it's just avoiding that change and that transformation. So let's watch out for that, okay? Let's move forward with it, Virgo. Let's listen to other people now. Yeah, I think that concludes the reading. Like I said, visit the description box and book your little private reading while the deal, lasts and while it's still alive. Yeah, I think that completes it, Virgo. I hope you enjoyed your spread for the new moon in Gemini. Hey, Capricorn, what's up? How are things going? Let me just go ahead and take this time while I shuffle to thank you as well as for everyone else for all of the likes, shares, and subscribes and watching and commenting and letting me know how things are going with you and for the channel. And it's all real great. The channel's growing, and I mean, it's a wonderful thing. Most importantly, it's wonderful for you guys. Most importantly, because it's our channel, right? And all that we can do is just share the love and share the wisdom and the guidance and, share the things that we have acquired throughout this time. And I feel like when the channel grows, it's able to reach more people. When people see these videos, and it helps them along the road, and then they share, and then they like, and then they, and the love and the light continues to travel, which is a great thing. I really do appreciate it, guys. It's wonderful. A lot of the readings, in terms of the general readings, are resonating with people, which is great too. But this is all here for you guys, so let's help each other out, and let's keep the wand energy going, right? Also, I have the little special still going on, the XoXo Special until June. Go check the description box. I'm going to provide a link there on how to book the reading if you're interested. A little special going on. Take advantage of that. It's almost over. Okay, Capricorn, one more shuffle, and then I feel like we're on point in terms of moving towards the reading. Okay, yeah, there we go. Guardian angels of love and light, ancestors lost and known in the seas of time, please intercede into this reading to provide Capricorn with the clarity and direction as to which he or she seeks, and please grant me, the reader, the objectivity to relay the messages as they are meant to be. So, Cappies, how are you guys doing? Let's see what your first card is here. It's going to be a 6-card spread. Okay. The Queen of Wands in reverse. Righty. I think Virgo just got this split upright. So, Capricorn, are you being a little mean? What's going on, huh? Being a little abrasive. I'm starting to kind of get that feeling a little bit. Maybe not creating the proper environment, you know, where creativity can just spark. But when the wands are in reverse, it's usually very abrupt energy. You know, there's energy, but it's not applied in the proper way, or it's not applied in the most conducive way in terms of learning, or in terms of, you know, being of a viable source within your life or within your endeavors. Because, you know, the vibrancy is there, but I feel like the energy is just kind of going in the wrong direction a little bit. Six of Discs. Well, that's good though. I mean, hey, we're growing, right? Because the Six of Discs in terms, or it speaks of growth. You know, speaks of growth in terms of stability, in terms of our household, our job, our tangible items. Justice in reverse. I'm trying to choose my words very wisely here, Capricorn. Okay, this one popped out. Okay. The feather card, or the blank card. Okay, let's see. The Six of Discs can also, or the Six of Pentacles, can also speak of generosity and giving, you know, because feeling like you have enough, which is great. But who are we giving to, Capricorn? Are we giving to the right people? Because I'm trying to pick up on that since the energy is not placed in the proper trajectory or the proper direction, given that the Queen of Wands here is in reverse, I feel like Three of Swords. Where is this generosity being given to? And who is it being given to? And is it being given to the right people? Is it most importantly given to, or is it being given to, meaning been giving to? Oh my God, cannot speak. Being given to the people who actually deserve it. Capricorn, are we giving it to those proper people that have their name, you know, inscribed on it? Because with the feather card here, the Emperor for the last card. Okay. I feel like it's not being given to the proper people. Whatever it is that you are lending out or giving a helping hand to or supplying a helping hand to, I feel like it's not really to the right people right now. I feel like your judgment may be a little bit skewed. Given that the Six of Discs is there, which kind of, you know, negates my idea or my notion that things are kind of skewed. This justice in reverse here is just, when it's in reverse, it's just things are not fair. Like things are not delegated properly. Someone, it's like the give and take is just off, and greed starts to set in. It's just taking more than, giving. Now, you could be doing this, or someone else could be doing this to you. Oh, okay. Right. I'm starting to pick up too, Capricorn. Are we procuring funds? Are we going about things maybe, I don't want to use the word illegal, but are we going about things maybe the wrong way in terms of gaining capital? Are we going against our morals and our ethics to gain this stability and to gain this, you know, generosity that we have? I feel like your attention is kind of shifted on other people. And I feel like these people that your attention is shifted on are not maybe the most honest individuals. I feel like they maybe will put you, or better yet, let me negate that. Let me renege that. You may put yourself in very precarious situations. Justice in reverse also symbolizes, the court system. And when things are kind of forced upon you. I don't know why I'm picking that up right now, is just going about gaining stability in terms of maybe money, foundation, in terms of a house, or whatever the case may be, that it's not being done, or it's not being gained in the proper way. There's a little bit of, I'm not going with deception per se on other people, maybe deception in terms of how things are being manifested or what you're doing to gain them in terms of on the outside world or in the world of, politics and things like that. But yeah, I'm trying to choose my words very carefully here, Capricorn. Whatever it is that's going on, it's working for now because you are seeing, results from it, which you will. But in the long run, I don't really see it being something very successful. I feel like the past will possibly catch up, because with the blank card here, or the feather card, it's here to remind us that, we make, life will be what it is, but it will be what we make of it. And I mean, with the Three of Swords here, it speaks of heartbreak, and it is upright, upheaval, and of just being in those positions of, saying, oh my God, I knew it, putting yourself in those positions. And what is it that you are? What is it that you are? What are you creating, and what is it that's going to lead to this Three of Swords? And it's funny how the Three of Swords is right above the Six of Discs. So you have the charity, and you have, that prosperous moment. You have that growth of stability. And you want to give back, of course. But why are you heartbroken over it? Or why will there may possibly be heartbroken? Heartbroken in terms of what comes out of it. Which leads me to once again think that however this stability is being procured, it's being allocated, it's involving other people, but it's involving maybe at the expense of other people. And I want to say it has to do with maybe communication with other people. Maybe some communications going on where maybe manipulation is kind of coming into play a little bit. Using people's words against them. I'm kind of picking that up a little bit too. But I feel like it's it's maybe being done because it kind of has to right now. Well, it means, life's a bitch. And sometimes we have to lie, and sometimes we have to go about things in a very radical way. And we can't, conform or follow the conventions of life sometimes. And we must, expand our horizons in a very radical manner. But it's going to lead to heartbreak, Capricorn, and it's going to lead to the lack of stability. That's what's basically going to happen in the long run, I feel. And the Emperor here is kind of showing, it may be the stability right now, and it may be the thing that works, and it may be that one thing. It may be the solidity, and the structure that you need. But why is it once again next to the Three of Swords? So, the optimistic outlook and how you create things and how you're going to manifest them and your vision upon them, right next to the security, right next to the stability, right next to the solidity, right next to the structure, but right in between them is the Three of Swords. That really worries me, Capricorn. Because that to me just says that whatever you're doing, it's not going to work in the long run. It's going to be something that you're going to regret. And I don't know what it is. I'm not trying to delve into that. But it may lead to like a court case, or it may lead to justice seriously being, I feel like fate is like your fate is imminent. And I'm not saying anything bad is necessarily going to happen, but I feel like there's going to be maybe some accusations thrown around. There's going to be a clusterfuck of communication, of who deserves what. Why did you do this to me? I can't believe you did this. Your energy coming into the reading is the Queen of Wands in reverse. It's very abrupt. It's very forward. It's very, crosses the boundary lines a little bit. That's usually what the Queen of Wands represents when she's in reverse. But I feel like you are doing this for a reason, though. And it is a little bit out of your character. Because I feel like you have responsibilities right now that maybe need to be met. And it's one of those things where you can't try, you must do. And I understand. But, we need to remind ourselves, Capricorn, that, if we're willing to go down that road, we need to be willing what, we reap of it and the consequences that come to pass. Are we prepared to take that? And are we prepared to, endure that? But if it's for a solidified reason, if it's for protecting some sort of stability, like the Emperor here, it'd be worth it, But watch out for that heartbreak, either to you or to other people. Be careful with that. And the justice in reverse too. I feel like something's on the forefront and it's imminent. And it may just shake things up a little bit. So I'm going to leave it at that. Whatever the case may be, pertains to your situation, apply it. Just be careful. That's it. Okay, so I hope you enjoyed your reading for the new moon in Gemini. Check the description box, book a little private reading while the deal still, is going on. And yeah, hope you enjoyed your reading for the new moon in Gemini.